Hello, Aquarius loves. For today's reading, we are creating a soul activation reading that is meant to activate your soul in relation to anything that you are working through at this time. And for today's reading, we are using the Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards, and this deck is just so powerful and very deeply activating. So I'm really excited to share this deck with you all today. It's one of those decks that I have spent quite a lot of time working with myself, and I didn't really want to share it with others just yet because the illustrations are just so beautiful and it's just really powerful and sacred. But the last few weeks, I was feeling really guided to create these soul activation readings for all the astrology signs. So I'm really excited and grateful to be here with you today to share the messages of divine guidance that want to come through for you today, Aquarius loves. So let's go ahead and get into your reading and see what messages of guidance we have for you today. All right, so let's see. So I'm going to pull your oracle cards and then we'll get into the messages. Okay, this card wants to come out, and let's get one more. All right, there we go. Okay, let's see what your messages are here. Ooh, we have 31 home. A returning to your home, or returning to your heart center. And we have 3 sacral chakra, core of creation. We also have 37 Mount Shasta. I will explain this card to you in just a moment. And then we also have 2 root chakra, ground and center. Okay, so you have your 2 lower chakra, the first 2 chakras coming out for you. And then you also have home in Mount Shasta. So this Mount Shasta card it's in this deck because the creator of this deck, Izzy Ivy, actually I have the book right here, Izzy Ivy. She, I believe if I'm remembering correctly, she created and channeled the guidance and the illustrations of this deck from her trip to Mount Shasta. And so Mount Shasta, if you didn't know, it's a deeply activating place. Definitely look into it. There's like tons of conspiracies about Mount Shasta and the healing frequencies that exist there. And there's also like conspiracies around like extraterrestrial beings and starseed beings and things like that. So that may be something that you want to look into because you have Mount Shasta. Now, with the home card coming out and Mount Shasta, for some of you, this is probably not going to resonate with everybody, maybe 1, maybe 2 people, but you may be seeking a new home in a physical sense, and it may be located somewhere near Mount Shasta. It could be Mount Shasta specifically, but that is very, very specific. So it could also just be like around Mount Shasta, maybe in the Pacific Northwest or in California, or just in a place that has like activating ley lines or grid lines. And then for some of you too, I'm actually seeing that you have very unique healing abilities, very original healing abilities, and you are seeking a new home, okay, a physical new home, a new location for you to move to live. And part of the reason that this inspiration to move to a new space, a new physical space, is landing for you right now is because you are meant to activate specific ley lines and like the grid lines on planet Earth. Okay, so you are meant to move to a specific location, maybe a location that does not feel very activating at this time. Maybe the lands there need a lot of care and a lot of love. And so you're being guided to move to this location so you can return love back into those lands and reinitiate the healing frequencies in co-creation with Mother Earth, with planet Earth, okay, or Gaia, whichever label you connect with. Okay, but now you also have the sacral chakra and the root chakra. So this means that your lower chakras are needing your attention. You may be spending a lot of time in your upper chakras, okay, your crown, your third eye, your throat chakra, where you're like receiving a lot of third eye activations like clairvoyant visions. Maybe I'm getting clairvoyancy very specifically, but for some of you could have the other clairs as well, like clairsentience, claircognizance. But clairvoyance is coming through very, very strong for you, Aquarius. But because you're getting all these downloads coming in right now, you may be forgetting to ground yourself here on planet Earth. Okay, so Earth is calling you back into your body, calling you back into the present moment. Some of you could also just be spending a lot of time in your mind. Maybe you're worrying about something or feeling very concerned about things that are happening in your physical environment. Especially if you relate with like wanting to move somewhere new. Maybe you're just feeling really cooped up in these spaces that you're currently existing in. There could be feelings of being like a little bit trapped or stuck in these physical spaces and not really knowing how to get yourself out of it. And so because you are not grounded in your root chakra, you're not connecting with your sacral chakra, which is your creative chakra, the chakra of flow, you are getting caught up in your mind, spending a lot of time in your mind, frustrated, worried, concerned, okay? And Spirit wants you to get out of that energy and get back into your body, come back into your home base, which is your body. Get out of your head, get into your heart, get into your body. And so some ways that you can do this that are coming up is by one, moving your body, working out in some way, whether it's a slow workout practice like yoga or Pilates. I'm seeing like hula hooping, getting a hula hoop, doing some hula hooping exercises, moving those hips. Okay, that's why we've got the hula hoop coming up, because the sacral chakra needs to have you be connecting with it in order to help you break free of the spaces where you are feeling stuck. The energy that you're putting a lot of worry and concern towards, by putting worry and concern over it, you're not going to pull yourself out of it. We have to come up with solutions, and the way to come up with solutions to get yourself out of that space is to connect with your sacral chakra by getting into your body, moving your hips, activating your hips. That's where the sacral chakra exists, okay? And getting in the flow. Okay, we need you to be in the flow. I'm also seeing swimming. Okay, so some of you may need to get in the water, go for a swim, whether it's actually getting into like a pool, rivers, the ocean, whatever water source you have available to you. All right, but you need to be like moving your body, and I'm really seeing like moving your legs, doing some leg workouts, maybe doing some squats, lunges, going for a run, or just walking around the block. Now, Spirit also wants you to be connecting with nature, okay? Because you're in your head, you're in that spiritual space, you know, those third eye visions coming through so strongly, but not knowing how to activate them in the physical. And so you need to get into the physical environment that you're existing in now. But get out of the spaces where you feel trapped. Okay, so just go outside, go for a walk, try to touch nature, touch the trees, touch the ground, touch the bushes, pick some flowers. Okay, you need to be connecting with nature, which will help to get you also grounded in your energy with that root chakra card here, okay? There's also this visualization practice that I actually started doing recently. This was recommended to me from another healer, but I'm feeling called to share it with you because you have the root chakra card here and you really need to get into your body. So one way that is great to get into your body, Spirit keeps reiterating, is through exercise, physical movement. Any of the ones that I suggested, or any that are just coming to mind for you. You know, you've been probably telling yourself, like, I really need to start doing this workout. I need to start doing this workout. Whatever that workout is, go and do it right now if you can. You know, pause this reading, come back to it later, but go get into that workout and just do it for 2 minutes. Just tell yourself you're going to do it for 2 minutes, and you'll probably want to do it even longer once you get started, okay? But the root chakra meditation that I've been doing, it is through standing on the, standing up, putting your feet on the ground. And I do this inside, but you can also do it outside. It's probably going to be a little bit more powerful if you do this outside and put your bare feet on the ground, on the soil, or on the grass. But if you're unable to, the best way to do it is just to stand up in your home and then root your energy into your body and imagine that from your feet, you're grounding into your feet where your root chakra exists, okay? And you are imagining roots growing out of your feet, and they are going through your floor, going through the ground, and they're growing roots, sprouting roots into the base of Mother Earth, and then they just keep growing and reaching until they get to Mother Earth's heart center, until they get to the core. And this will help you to really ground into your energy. Like, it is so profound. Like, this is such a profound meditation. And I used to do this in the past too, so I am really grateful that another healer actually recommended that to me, because it has been deeply profound, deeply healing to bring me back into my body. And this will also help you to get regrounded and come back into your body, and to get out of your headspace, and to get out of those feelings and thoughts of worry and concern, which will then help you to be able to take a better to be able to move more fluidly into those action steps around getting into your body through those like workout practices or through walking, which will then help to activate the solutions, the creations that you're seeking to be able to materialize the solutions that are going to help come in and get you out of those spaces where you're feeling stuck, where you're feeling like things aren't flowing, where you're feeling like things are a little bit hard, where they're a little bit frustrated, okay? This is what will provide you with those solutions. Get out of your head, get into your body. All right, so Spirit wants me to talk about the numerology. We have 3 threes here. I didn't even notice till just now they brought it up. 333. So you may be seeing threes. Spirit also wants you to know that you are not alone. This is what threes mean. We also have 3 on the clock right now. It's 12:36 on my clock. 2 times 3, 6. 6 breaks down into threes. All right, so we've got threes going on here. Wow, it's like 333 too if you think about it. Okay, so yeah, my Spirit always takes me through the numerology loopholes there. But threes, you may be seeing threes, but this is really a sign for you that you are not alone in whatever it is that you're going through right now, okay? And I feel that what you're going through right now, it is not as challenging as you are making it out to be. It just seems like it's very challenging because you're allowing this experience to only live in your mind space, and you're not getting into your body and saying, you know what, I have the means, I have the power to be able to get myself through this situation, when you really do. And your angels, your guides, your ancestors are trying to come in, and they're trying to help guide you through this experience in order to go through it with ease, with peace, with love, with trust, with your power. Okay, sacral chakra is your power center. Right above that is your solar plexus chakra, which is actually your power center here. That's why we've got the power right here. It's like the Kundalini rising there into the power center. Okay, so once you activate that sacral chakra, that energy is going to be able to move upwards into your solar plexus chakra, into your heart chakra. It's going to activate your heart center. Into your throat chakra, going to activate your throat chakra, so then you can speak the truth or express it, create it, and then it's going to clear out anything that's feeling really heavy and clouded in your crown chakra, okay? And it's going to activate those third eye visions that you've been receiving, because you've been receiving the downloads. You know what you need to do. I just feel that there's a little bit of a block as to how you can do it, and that's where the struggle, the frustration is coming in. And so once you allow yourself to detach from what you're thinking about this situation and to just come into the present moment, come into your body, give yourself some love, give your body the attention and care that it needs in order to activate again and to surrender to the flow of what is, then those solutions are going to come in, and you're going to be able to heal those concerns that you're feeling within. your mind. Okay, so we're just going to really quickly talk about the symbolism here. So we've got a moth, so moths could be significant to somebody. This also represents transformation, along with the snake here. Snake symbolism represents transformation. So you are going through some type of transformation here, and I really feel that it's a transformation around like just learning how deeply powerful you are and how you can sort of take back the control of your external circumstances. Like, you are not a victim to your external circumstances. You have the ability to reclaim your power and to sort of, I don't like to use the word manipulate, but you do like have this power to manipulate how things are going to occur in your external reality. Like, you have the power to be able to decide how things are going to be created, executed, established, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's go ahead and pull your next oracle cards now. So we're going to pull some oracle cards from the healing waters. Your messages are like just flowing through, but it is very much also like straight to the point here, where it's about getting back into your body, getting into your physical space. Okay, so I can't remember if I shared this. I think I just shared it. This is the Healing Waters Oracle deck. That could also be a message for you where it's like you're so much in your head that you don't even remember what you did like 20 seconds ago. Like, did I say that? Did I do that? Did I move that? You may be questioning things like that a lot right now, and it's because you're not being present in your body. You're like just stuck in your head, and we really need you to get out of your headspace. All right, so we have gentle force, consistency, persistence, patience, the long game. Okay, so some of you may be knowing that this experience, it is going to take a while for things to really fall into place, but that doesn't mean that you have to wait for things to just magically fall into place. You have the means, you have the tools, you have the skills, you have the knowledge, the wisdom, the answers within, those clairvoyant answers that are coming to you, those third eye visions that you're getting, in order to help move this process along and to also connect with this process in a way that feels loving, that feels peaceful, that feels easeful. Because right now you're feeling like this is just something that you do not want to connect with, you don't want to experience, but you're meant to be experiencing this. And how you experience it is a choice that you get to make. Okay, and so that's why it's so important for you to come into your body and kind of take your power back by connecting with your core, connecting with your center. I just realized we have center here, core, and then we've got the heart center here too. You need to get back into your center so you can really choose how you're going to show up and move through this experience. Are you going to continue to move through it with that worry, concern, and frustration and just being stuck in your mind, feeling trapped? Or are you going to invite in this energy of peace, of ease, of gratitude, of surrender? All right, so we also have Lady of the Lake, new beginnings. Something is about to happen. Something is about to happen, new beginnings. And then we have in call, healer, seer, priestess or priestess, and soul purpose. Okay, let's see what's coming through with these two cards. Okay, so you are a healer, love. You are a healer. You have very beautiful healing gifts. And this is something that I feel like you're aware of it, but you're not aware of the depth of the effects that your healing abilities have on yourself and on others. And so when you go through these challenging experiences, or these experiences that create a lot of worry, that create a lot of concern, it's like it almost feels like when you go through these experiences, you keep telling yourself, like, why am I going through this again? Why is this always happening to me? And part of it is because you are a healer. And so what do healers do? Healers have to heal difficult situations. They have to go through challenging experiences. You know, I am also a healer. When people come to me for healing, they are usually not in a great place. They they need somebody that can help guide them back to love, that can help guide them back to their center, back to peace, that can help them see and understand why things may be a little bit challenging, but that they're going to be okay and that they're going to get through it. And so you go through these experiences. It may seem like a little bit constantly or continuously because you have healing gifts, healing capabilities. And the energy of healing that you bring to these situations, I'm getting a couple different messages coming through here, but the energy that you bring to these healing situations are very unique. Okay, it's like you heal this experience for yourself and for others in such a unique and subtle way that you may not even be aware of the effect that your energy has on these situations. Okay, and so for some of you too, I'm seeing a couple different things coming in here where, like, the bulk of what we've been talking about, it has been affecting you personally, but for some of you, you may be kind of putting yourself in places where it's not really your problem to solve. Okay, it's like maybe other people are coming to you because they just intuitively know or subconsciously know that you have these healing gifts and abilities. And so they just kind of run to you to help them find understanding, to find meaning, or to find healing and to return to peace. Okay, and so for some of you, you could also be using that as a bit of a distraction from what you're going through personally. And so if you're not aware of that and this is now landing for you, you're coming into that awareness, just know that it's okay to say no to others. And then for some of you too, you may need to like start charging for your services. You may be starting a spiritual business of your own, or you just need to be making sure that your energy is being reciprocated in some way. Okay, because in the past, healers were taken care of, they were supportive, but now we live in a capitalistic society, and healers are not always taken care of in the ways that they once were. And so just know that it's okay to charge for your services or to ask for things in return. Okay, so you can also create a new paradigm or return to the old paradigm where when you offer these healing services to others, these healing gifts that you have to others, you can ask them instead, like, well, can you make me a meal, bring me some food, something to take care of you, because I feel like you have a very unique way of connecting with others and providing healing benefits. And like I said, where you're moving to, or maybe where you live now, you're meant to reestablish the higher frequencies of love returning to planet Earth in those spaces where the land deeply needs healing. Okay, and so through doing that, it's through connecting with your community in new ways, and also connecting with the land in new ways, and showing people that there is another way to be living, another way to be operating. And so you could very well be teaching others how to establish or return to new or old systems. Okay, new or old ways of being. So that's a really cool message that we're getting there. Very powerful. Thank you for that message, Spirit. And thank you, Aquarius, for letting me deliver that message for you. Very powerful. I love that so much. Because I know, like, as a healer myself, I have struggled with like charging for services, because in the past, healers did not have to do that. Our ancestors did not have to do that because they were taken care of and they were supported by their tribes. But now we live in a capitalistic society, and money is the frequency of how we are able to support ourselves in the physical world. Okay, and so that could also be where this energy of needing to get into your physical body is coming in, because maybe you're spending a lot of time in that spiritual realm in your mental body, and you're needing to ground back into this reality. You are here on Earth at this time for a reason, and part of that is learning how to also be human and how to connect with the societies that we live in now, but also knowing that you don't have to just accept how it is now. You can also create and initiate change in your communities and within society too. So really powerful reading here for you, Aquarius. Very powerful. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me deliver that message for you, because that is deeply powerful, deeply healing for so many healers. Okay, so let's see what else is coming through, because we have this Lady of the Lake, and I was getting a couple different messages, but let's see if they'll come back around. I feel like it was around the new beginnings, where there's like a new beginning being initiated for you. But it's not coming back. I think that was the message Spirit wanted me to share with you today. We also, so the other thing that I'm seeing here right now is we have a lot of the blues. All right, so your throat chakra is definitely also going to need your attention, going to need to be activated here, where you need to speak your truth about what it is that you're feeling. So if you're feeling caught up in that energy of worry and concern and frustration, get it out in some way. Share it with a friend, a mentor, a therapist, a life coach, close friend, family member, or share it with your journal. Write it out, write it in your notes app on your phone. You need to express your truth about what you are feeling. And then once you get into your body, you do those body activation practices that we talked about: walking, running, swimming, hula hooping, doing some workouts. Then you will need to express the truths of what you came here to create, express the solutions to the experiences that you are working through or helping others work through. Okay, let's go ahead and pull your tarot cards. I feel like we are cutting it close with the time here, because you had some really powerful messages coming through. All right, so let's do tarot. So for these readings, I'm just pulling 2 tarot cards for all the decks. Let me shuffle this a couple more times. And this is from the Divine Tarot. I'll go one more shuffle. You're really powerful, Aquarius. Like, you have very beautiful, very significant and unique healing abilities. Okay, this is the message that was coming through. Like, you have very unique, very specific healing abilities, and you may tend to question your healing abilities because they are so unique. They are unlike anything else that anybody else has experienced or seen. And it's like to the point where you may not even be aware of it, or others may not fully be conscious of it, but they're attracted to you. They're drawn to your light. They're drawn to your healing gifts. And that's why you may allow yourself to get really caught up in your mind space, because it's something that is just so unique to you. And a lot of the times when we get caught up in our mind space, we want to find validation, or we may tend to compare ourselves to how other people are doing things. But you don't need to do that, Aquarius. You are a unique individual, and you are getting the downloads that are coming straight from your heart center, coming straight from the core of who you are and what you are meant to give life to and breathe into this earthly realm. Like, you are meant to create something magical, something unique, something that only you can create and share with yourself, with the earth, and with your communities. Okay, so we have 3 of coins here. Yeah, look at that. 3 of coins, where we were talking about needing to charge for your services. Okay, you need to start, if you have a spiritual business too, and you're not charging your worth, it's time to raise your prices. Okay, if you're struggling with finances and you've got a healing business, it's time to raise your finances. If you're not in a healing business, maybe some of you just need to start asking for a raise at work. Okay, you need to get an increase in your income. Okay, that's coming through. You deserve to be compensated for your worth, for your time. Okay, and so that's something too that a lot of healers do, where, you know, if you don't feel comfortable charging for your services, you at least need to charge for your time. Okay, so make it, how much do you want to be making every hour that you're providing a service to somebody? Okay, associate it with an energy exchange of time to money ratio. It doesn't have to be, this is how much my services cost. You can just say, this is how much my time costs. Okay, because it takes time. And as a healer, it takes more time than just you showing up and doing the service, okay? Because as a healer, I know there is other work to be done. When you leave that healing space, you have to then go within and make sure that you're healed, make sure you're safe, you're protected, you're cleared out. And so make sure that you're charging your worth to be able to return to your sacred space, your sacred home, to be able to clear your energy lines in order to show up for the next healing session or experience that you are going to be providing to somebody else. Okay, you need to make sure that you're being taken care of too. Okay, and then we have 5 of cups. Okay, 5 of cups. I did say 4 of cups here. So this could also be about making a choice, a new decision. Yeah, I feel like you're feeling really defeated, really worn out, frustrated with something. And it's like you feel like there's no way out, but there is a way out, and we already talked about how you're going to find that way out. I feel like you already have the answers as to how to get out of it. You just keep saying like, how am I going to make that happen? And so you may also be focusing on like the big picture, the end goal of getting yourself out of it, and not really being present with where you're at in this experience right now. And I know it can feel a little painful, it can feel frustrating that you have to go through this, but another message that was coming through with these cards here is that these experiences, these challenging experiences that you keep going through, that are constantly requiring you to tap into your healing gifts, your sacred gifts, your strength, they keep coming up for you as an individual because they are showing you how deeply powerful you are. They're trying to get you to return to your heart center, to your truth, to your power center, so that way when you go through these challenging experiences, you know exactly how to move through them with ease, with peace, and quicker timelines, okay? Because you have the skills, you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom, you have the divinity, you have the abilities and capabilities and tools that you need to get yourself out of these situations. It's just about remembering that you're not going to get yourself out of these situations if you're letting yourself live in your mind. You have to tap in to your heart center. You have to feel out the heavy emotions that you're feeling. You can't just be pushing them down, pushing them away. You have to let yourself express them. Expression with that throat chakra, letting them be released however they want to be released, through talking about it, communicating about it, crying, screaming, writing it out, however you feel called to get this out of your being, so that way these solutions can come in. Okay, and then again, connecting with your body, rooting into the earth, rooting into your body, connecting with your sacral chakra, and really moving those hips. Okay, so dancing is also coming up for you there, Aquarius. While we are definitely going a little bit over time, but that's okay, loves. Thank you for hanging out with me for these powerful readings that we are sharing today. So the next card, your last card I'm going to draw, is from this deck here. This is the Self-Awareness Oracle deck, and these cards are questions, journal prompts, that you can choose to reflect on. Okay, you can just reflect on the answers to the question, or you can choose to journal about it to help you work through and integrate all the messages that we talked about in this reading today. Okay, all right, and this is going to close out your reading. So let's see what your last card is. There we go. All right, there we go. What else could this mean? What else could this mean? I love this. This is perfect because I feel like you're really hyper-focused on one aspect of the situation, maybe really focusing on the negative energy that this is creating and providing to you. But by getting out of your head and into your body, you're going to see the different perspective of this situation. What if this situation was a blessing in disguise? What if it was the roadblock that's going to send you on the detour to the thing that you're actually looking for? Okay, what if it's a protection? Okay, what else could this mean? There are always multiple ways to look at every situation. Our first reaction is usually rooted in our fears and limiting beliefs. Look at a situation today by stepping outside of the trigger and ask, what else could this mean? I love that we have rooted and root chakra. You need to get rooted into your body because you'll be able to pinpoint where these fears, where these limiting beliefs, where these thoughts are stemming from, and be able to bring those solutions back into this situation. So your soul action today, is there something your soul is calling you to learn in this moment, or is there a pattern that is ready to be broken? Walk in the other person's shoes and see it from their perspective. If it doesn't involve someone else, ask yourself, how is life happening for you right now? Ask yourself, how is this happening for you? How is this benefiting you? How is this bringing healing to you? How is this growing you? And as I was reading this, I got the message coming through that some of you need to speak your mind to somebody close to you. I feel that you are making assumptions about somebody, and it's just like wearing you down, not knowing the truth about it. And so you need to speak your mind and just straight up ask them, is this happening? What's going on with this situation? You need to let me know what's going on, what I need to do, or, just figure it out by asking them. Okay, you're not going to get the answers until you express your truth, activate your throat chakra, and ask them what's really going on. Share this experience with me. Let them know that you're there for them. And work through that together. Okay, so some of you need to just speak your mind about what it is that you're assuming. All right, loves. So that is it for your reading today. I thank you so much for tuning in. This was a really beautiful, really powerful, deeply activating reading. Even for me as a healer, those messages we got about the healers were so beautiful, so potent. And just know that I am rooting for you, Aquarius. You're going to get through this. You're going to get through this and you're going to be okay. And just remember that 333, your spirit guide, and there's the 3 again, 3 of coins. Your spirit guides are with you. They are walking this path with you and they are guiding you through it. All right, Aquarius loves, that's it for your reading today. I thank you so much. If you enjoyed this reading, please give this video a thumbs up. And I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, bye, loves.